everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Joker. Today we're going to talk about two words, 治 and 冶. Let's look at them first. Do you see the difference? They're almost the same, except for one dot in the radical. Don't be afraid, it confused me as a kid as well. Let's try to find out what do they mean respectively. Actually, the meaning is quite similar. They both mean to handle with something, to deal with something. The difference only lies on what do you deal with. For example, in every civilization there is a prehistorical flood. And if you're going to deal with the flood, we usually call it 治水. On the other side, if you're going to deal with some metals, we call that 冶炼. It means smelting irons. It's more like a blacksmith's job. But why would it be like this? Let's look at the radical. So basically, we call the left radical 三点水, 3 dots of water. The right one, 两点水, 2 dots of water. The meaning of the entire word differs because of radical. Okay, now let's look at this picture. Excuse me for my handwriting. If you look at the first one, it's a shape of a river, right? And then the second shape derives from the first one. Now if a river bends a little bit, it becomes the third image. And this one is called 川, which stands for rivers. Now if you bend both sides, look at the shape. Gradually it becomes the last image, modern day water, 水. And now let's look back to 川 again. If you twist it a little bit, it becomes this shape, right? Looks just like a 3, a banded 3. And if you shorten it, it becomes the radical for water. So in this case, we know that 治 is to deal with something like water, or at least the shape of water. Now let's look at 2 dots of water. Usually it stands for ice. For example, you can use this radical to make words like 冰 ice, 凉 cool, 寒 freeze, 冬 winter. Have you noticed the similarity? It's all cold stuff. But why is that? Let's take a look at this picture. What is this? Obviously, it's ice, right? Again, let's look at my handwriting. This is the shape of ice. And if you twist it a little bit, it looks like this. The radical for ice. You got it? So if it's 2 dots, it usually stands for something sharp, hard, solid. Now let's go back to 冶. What is it usually used for? 冶炼. It is used for dealing with hard, sharp, solid metals. And let me introduce another word, 陶冶. So what does Tao stand for? Ceramic and China. Ancient people put mud on the fire to make drinking containers. And that eventually becomes modern day ceramic, and especially China, because the Westerns imported China from some middlemen, even though they don't know who really made it. That's why they called all those manufacturers China or Chinese. Possibly that is the reason why China got its English name. Now let's get back to our words. So what's common between ceramic, China, and all those metals? First of all, you need high temperature, you need fire, and the outcome, the final products compared to water, they are all hard and solid, right? That's why when we say 冶炼, look at the radical of this 炼. It's fire. So this 炼 means to quench, to refine, to smelt, while the usual 炼 that we use more commonly in daily life looks like this. And it only stands for regular practice. So you gotta run 5 miles every day for a running competition. That is practice. You don't need fire, you don't need high temperature. There is a pretty common quote that every Chinese knows. 真金不怕火炼. It literally means real gold fears no fire. But when we use it, we usually take the derived meaning to represent a person's sentiment, education, cultivation. For this quote, it actually means that a person of integrity can stand any kind of test. When you are in trouble, you are not impatient, you're not easily irritated. On the outside, you stay cool, you keep your composure. Then we can call you a man who have gone through 磨练. Alright, I hope now you can tell the difference between 治 and 冶, and also the difference between 三点水 and 两点水. If you have any further questions, leave a comment below and let me know. And I'm going to see you next time.